you feel the vibes?
Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Golden Route to Farming video. Today I am going to show you the Deadmines. You should be able to make around 10 to 20k an hour here, depending on your luck. Usually what I'll do with the greens that don't sell or don't sell for a lot, I will send over to my disenchanter and disenchant all the greens. Another thing to look for is before you enter the dungeon, don't forget to head over here for a chance of getting a rare item to drop. I don't remember exactly what it was called. I covered it in one of my Westfall farming videos. The item has a fairly high drop chance. It's around 8%, I believe, and it sells for a couple K. You also have a chance of coming across 2 rares while you are under here, so just be on the lookout for some of that. When running the Deadmines, you can also have a chance of getting the green Macaw Pet, which I've personally never gotten one before, but I've never really tried to farm for it. Wowhead is saying that this pet is only selling for about 700 gold, but I believe that it's selling for quite a bit more since it's not talked about a whole lot and you don't see it a whole lot. I had forgotten to start my loot appraisal at the beginning of my Deadmine run, and it says that I've looted around 4k worth of greens and materials, but I believe it would be a bit closer to 5k if I had started it before I looted anything. The reason why I say that you can get around 10 to 20k an hour here instead of 50 or whatever it would be if I just multiplied the 5k by 10 is mostly because you don't have a whole lot of market value in the greens that you will be picking up. They are very common and you can get them just about anywhere. When you quest, questers will usually pick up a ton of the greens that you get from here and sell them for dirt cheap. One of my favorite things about this dungeon is the cloth. You can get quite a bit of cloth from here, and for those who know, I really love my shuffles. I will turn the cloth into bolts and turn the bolts into crafted greens. From there I will disenchant them for even more gold. The soul dust sells for about 3 gold a unit on my server, which is quite a bit for such a common dust, but that little bit of gold adds up, and depending on the amount of cloth that you save up, you can get quite a bit of gold from using that shuffle. You can also pick up these large battered chests as you come across them. There should always be 2 of them. If I'm correct, one always spawns here, so you don't have a whole lot of searching for that one, but there's another one closer to the end of the dungeon that you might have to look for. I don't remember if they are always in the same location or not, so don't quote me on that. I don't usually pick them up because they don't usually carry anything important. If you haven't ran this dungeon before, then you have to kill the bosses when you get to the gates to open the gate up. It is a little annoying from time to time, but this is still a pretty decent starter dungeon if you were planning to make some gold. You have a chance of getting the Defias leggings and gloves from these two mobs right here. Both of those sell for around 20k, and they are decently hard to pick up, mostly because they only drop from 2 mobs. This dungeon, depending on your class, should take anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes to complete. I run this as a druid, so it'll take me closer to the 5 minutes. If I was to use my speed buffs, then I'd probably be able to complete it in a little bit closer to 4 minutes, but there's really no need to rush a quick dungeon because you'll have to wait for the cap to disappear after an hour so you can run more. So I usually try to take my time when I run dungeons so I don't get locked out of the dungeons. If I do shuffles for the dungeon that I run, then I will usually work on setting up the shuffles while I wait for the lock to finish. That way I can slowly work on getting everything done that I need to get done, because the shuffles do take quite a bit of time. With the amount of cloth that you will get from here, I'd say that you'd probably be spending around 15 minutes to turn all of the cloth into bolts, and from there the greens, and then disenchanting them. So it is a little time consuming. When you get to the last gate, you will have to use the cannon to open the door so you can get to the last couple bosses. When you get to the ship, don't forget to run the back side of it, because there are a good amount of mobs there, and they drop cloth and a couple of greens, so if you skip them, then you're mostly just skipping a little bit of extra gold that you could be making. It doesn't take hardly any time to pick the mobs up from the behind, and that would be about it for this guide. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.